Just-in-time production. Yeah, got my dirty shirt on. Ooh, got some eggs right here. Yolks half cooked. I have some really exciting news for us today. I'm going to read my new governor of California, mayoral candidate of California campaign promises, and I'm going to read my goals as U.S. ambassador to Iran. And with my goals as U.S. ambassador to Iran, I got some really good ideas. You know, I think I'm going to do a costume change real quick. Let me put my shirt on. Ooh. Yeah, we'll go with this one. This one's warm. Oh. It's slightly chilly today. Wrangler, sponsored by Wrangler. Available at finer Walmarts everywhere. All right, let me just jump to my... Okay, I want you to go to my Lambright.com if you want to read along with me. I'll show it on the screen, I think. So I got rid of my campaign for president promises, and I've written 2 new promises. And so hey, Drift Speed, and I put a lot of work into this. Why? Well, 4chan was down and I had to do something. All right. Here we are. Greetings, I'm Wayne Lambright, an American diplomat and self-appointed pro tempore U.S. ambassador to Iran. My mission is to foster peace in the Middle East. I am a theoretical physicist and a former presidential candidate in 2024 election. Pro tempore is Latin phrase meaning for the time being, reflecting my interim self-initiated role in this diplomatic endeavor. I currently hold no legal authority, and I am petitioning Donald Trump to appoint me as the first U.S. ambassador to Iran in 45 years. Below, I outline some of my unconventional ideas to achieve this vision. I firmly believe that with the right attitude, anything is possible, and with the wrong attitude, nothing is possible. Peace in the Middle East is possible. Clearly, Israel is picking fights with its neighbors, and I think I have a way to help both sides win. American funds a land purchase agreement to create a new home for the Palestinians in the Persian Gulf. And then, with respect to Iran and the Palestinian people, as the pro tempore U.S. ambassador to Iran, I, Wayne Lambright, propose we move people from Palestine to a new nation in Iran, authorized by Iran and funded by the United States for the people of Palestine. This new homeland, indicated on the map as a potential site, would be called New Palestine. And so this is in the Persian Gulf there. And that's a section of land I found that was on the water, and not many other nations built there. So then, some of my ideas. Sell Iran's oil now as a way to finance its future and bring peace. Iran has 280 billion barrels at $73 a barrel is roughly $15 trillion. Iran currently earns $52 billion each year. I propose that we, the USA, help finance and build a pipeline for Iran's oil to go to China and selling oil to nations it passes through on the way with a small discount for helping build the Iran Asian Pipeline, IAP. I propose the USA buys the next 10 years of Iran's oil now at $520 billion to give them money for infrastructure improvements to help their nation's citizens live in the bright future now. With USA buying all the oil, Iran won't mess with Iran. I'm sorry, Israel won't mess with Iran. It's that simple. Now we go on to Greater Israel. Hitler made the mistake of stealing its neighbor's land when he could have made deals resulting in 85 million dead. Let's avoid World War III. This is why I propose Iran support the USA helping broker a regional deal to help bring to life the Greater Israel Project. The United States will help acquire at a premium price some land in Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, Kuwait, and Iraq, and Turkey. And here I've listed out the specific amount of acres, like 11 million acres in Jordan, nearly 1 million in Lebanon, 5 million in Syria, Egypt 5 million, Iraq 2.5 million, Turkey 1.2 million, Kuwait 500,000, Saudi Arabia 2.5 million, totaling 28 million acres. And I came up with a price here. Leveraging the United States global influence, we can spearhead a transformative initiative to finance regional prosperity and a peace-driven infrastructure boom. At $10,000 per acre, totaling $284 billion. To ensure fairness and long-term stability, we would split the oil revenue with the previous owners in perpetuity. To me, I think that's solid. I've never heard of anybody putting words and numbers on paper and going public with it. I've taken the map of Greater Israel and with the help of AI, I've come up with these estimates. You know, Donald Trump just gave $500 billion to create Minority Report called Project Stargate, where they intend to spy on American citizens and do predictive crime analysis. So if that's under the heading of Make America Safer, we can surely make the world safer with a $500 billion investment in purchasing the oil from Iran in advance. We're just going to give them a pile of money and say, we're buying all your oil for the next 10 years. They don't have to worry about making a sale. They got a sale with us, and they can continue selling oil. They just have to deliver to us at least what they're capable of delivering now, which might be 50 million barrels a year. And with the money we give them, they can increase their infrastructure oil producing capacities and be working on the pipeline to China. The general umbrella of this idea is to help Iran deplete their oil as soon as possible. Because when there's no more liquid gold beneath the soil, people are not going to want to conquer them. It's just desert. Having a lump sum of money is much better than having the partial amount. So I think giving them the lump sum of money could really jumpstart their infrastructure reorganization. There's a lot of people suffering in Iran. They need hospitals. They need better water, better roads. Start building mass housing projects. So I'm really happy about that. All right. Now let me read to you my California. And also later today at 7 o'clock Eastern time, 4 o'clock Pacific time, I'm going on the Lily Show, which you can learn about at my Twitter. All right. This is kind of fun here. Greetings, strap in. This is going to be a wild ride. I'm not trying to fit in and tell you what you want to hear. I'm giving you a chance to vote radical change. Some of my ideas feel like fascism and some feel like communism. All the robbing we feel is definitely capitalism. Marx said, the problem with capitalism is premature accumulation, greed. There is no reason the 1% should own 80%. If the rich say, we're just going to leave California, okay, see ya. We don't need you or your greed. Adios, amigo. I, Wayne Lambright, born and raised in this wonderful Sunshine State at age 56. Things are much different from the old days. Radical times need radical leadership. I disagree with both the Republicans and the Democrats. I feel they are the party of the elites, serving masters, not the population. While they be raising millions to brainwash, I'll be doing it with logic and ideas. Some of the biggest issues facing California today is expensive housing, utilities, traffic, homelessness, and red tape. We are the 5th largest economy in the world. We live like we are the poorest economy in the world. Somebody is stealing our money and it's going to stop. Well, sit back, kick up your feet. Let me tell you about the bright future. Lambright, housing, homelessness, and the high cost of everything. Sound familiar? I'm going to put it into lots of that. All right. Keeping in mind, these are proposals, and all of these ideas would be put to the vote of the people. I know some secrets about the world of physics, and I'm going to bring California 1,000 years into the future. The most bold idea I have, and I feel I must tell you up front, I want California to secede from the United States. We will become the nation of California, and I propose the counties become states within California. If I'm elected governor in 6 months, I will put to vote by special election why California should secede from the United States and how it would benefit U.S. citizens. We have an opportunity to make California better than Switzerland. We pay for it, but we don't get it, and that's going to change. If I'm elected, if we do choose to secede, I would be your first president for 1 year, and we would hold the general election to put to a vote the best candidate for the president of California, a sovereign nation, for a term of 4 years. I will be listing ideas that work if I'm governor or president of California. Thanks, Drift Speed, about State of Jefferson. I agree with you. Please grab your aluminum foil hat. I have to tell you some uncomfortable truths. 8 years ago, I sought out to reverse engineer how a UFO can fly, and I figured it out. I have discovered anti-gravity as well as how to power a craft. The world of physics says that what I have discovered is not true, yet I can show it to you working. Now I'm not the only person on earth that has figured this out, and it's one of the reasons I got into politics. I wanted to force the hand of the government to let out the black patents. We have a portfolio of exotic technology that rewrites physics, and I know about some of this. This is why seceding is important. The federal government might suggest it harms national security and can't allow unlimited electrical power out of the box or the ability to fly to the other side of the world in 5 minutes. I'm telling you, as a future governor or president, it's time we took charge of our life in the future now, not later. We don't need to run everything on oil. It's a scam because a small power structure controls most of the world's oil at the tip of a gun. That small power structure is the United States. They are extorting our own citizens and forcing us to live under corporate global fascism. Let's talk about how rich California could be. We have much gold in the hills by Lake Tahoe. With my anti-gravity technology, I can build a gold magnet. It works. It would make processing of extracting gold 95% easier. Just move dirt past the magnet and it's going to collect. We might have 40 trillion worth of gold in our hills if only we wanted to go get it. I want California to have its own currency backed by gold. Stable money is what's hurting many. It takes time. It's time to take the power away from the private banks and have a state-run bank with state-issued money. No more private banks manipulating the system. Need a mortgage? You'll get one from the state of California, interest-free. It's time to stop ripping off the citizens so bankers can profit off the working class. The grift is over. With that money, we can pay for some things we need. Let's talk about electrical power. I know how UFOs are powered and we can power our modern life that way. But if for some reason we can't get that going, geothermal, you know, the mantle below that is molten rock, we drill 2 holes, one pushes water and the other collects the steam to drive a turbine. I'm going to provide free electricity to all citizens and businesses. Currently, 47% of all electricity is fossil fueled. Geothermal is a 100-year-old technology. It works. So let's use it and take the money away from the private for-profit industries and help the working class. With all the electricity, we can be growing food indoors with lights and selling it to the 49 states that hate us. With a small investment in infrastructure, people won't need to earn as much money and do other things and can do other things like take a day off and go to the beach with the kids. Life shouldn't be total drudgery. Expensive housing. It's time to learn from the best minds in the world and copy what works. From high-density buildings such as Singapore, sure, some areas can still be beach bungalows for billionaires, but we have lots of California coastline that could house the working class for a fair price, zipping them to work on high-speed trains or anti-gravity. Yes, I actually have discovered anti-gravity. It's part of my campaign. Because if we can fly people from the north to the south in 2 minutes, utilities, think about it. We paid with tax dollars to build things like the Hoover Dam, and we still have to pay a $700 electric bill in the summers. We're getting robbed. Traffic. We need more and wider roads. Have you seen how China builds things? They get it done fast, and we'll do the same. No more bidding to have the work done by contractors. We, California, will create a Department of Road Building. We'll streamline the process and get it done fast. Homelessness, according to Grok, we have about 187,000 people who are homeless. Did you know we can build 3D print concrete homes for $8,000 and put them on federal land we currently don't use, like all that desert property we have? It's time to help people, give them a home and an education to get back on track. And for the ones that are broken, they can just call it home. Red tape. How did we get here? It's so difficult to get anything done. For starters, I'm going to abolish the DMV. It's a drain on everybody's wallet. Building permits. With artificial intelligence and 3D concrete printing, if you choose a home on the 3D printed list, you'll be fast-tracked to build a home, making every part of our life some fiefdom for a local city has to stop. We're hurting ourselves with greed. We need to build more homes ASAP. Drugs. It's time to decriminalize them. It's time to regulate them. We shouldn't be paying $90,000 to imprison somebody for buying $300 worth of cocaine. I'm a libertarian, and I feel responsible people living a responsible life with some responsible cocaine should be okay, with less government intervention. Don't you agree? How about MDMA? Come on, don't you want to read the laser beams and see the hidden characters? I do, kind of, but I'm not willing to do drugs to do it. Let's just make drugs at least safe. You know, fentanyl free. I do. Civil law. If you get arrested, we'll provide an attorney for you at no cost. We need the same for civil matters. Much abuse goes on that doesn't get resolved. I'll implement public defenders for civil cases. Plus, we now have AI, so that's going to make things go faster. Fluoride. Outlaw putting fluoride in the water. It's dangerous. I guess we could mandate it for the Democrats, have it in their water, but other people, hell no, too dangerous. Salton Sea, Death Valley terraforming study. Both of these regions are under sea level. We should study the impact of flooding them with ocean water via a man-made siphon to the sea or using Elon Musk tunnel boring machines to do it so they can ebb and flow with the ocean and bring lots of water to evaporate over the extremely hot desert and thus bringing moisture and terraforming to the regional area. Plus, it would open up water recreation for more leisure time. Marriage money. If you get married, we'll send you $12,000 as a marriage present. And if you make it to 20 years, retroactive for currently married people. We'll give you $100,000 so you can have something to retire with and go on some trips. Strong Families Investment, $5,000 per child until the age of 18, not a tax credit, cash. Free Ivy League education via the computer. Prostitution, legalize prostitution because it empowers individuals. Outlaw male circumcision, it's genital mutilation. Lifestyle upgrades for everybody. 5,000 dirt bikes distributed at state parks. 5,000 watercraft distributed at state parks. 3,000 snow machines distributed at state parks. 8,000 ATVs distributed at state parks. 10,000 e-bikes for cities and rural areas. 10,000 electric skate wheel for cities and rural areas. 200 fitness centers similar to the current gymnasiums, and more luxurious swimming pool, weight room, sauna, luxurious like Romans had. A fit society is a productive society, open 24 hours. Okay. That's the best out of the box thinking I could put together. I mean, I'm sure more ideas will pop in there. All right, drift speed here. Let's just go good. It makes me sad. It's so simple to fix our stuff, and no one in power even close to it on the mark for what we need. Laugh loud. Oh, I'm looking pixelated. Yeah, police reduction. I'm glad you said that. Okay, so I was thinking about that, and here's two things I came up with. Two different police forces. One for everything to do but automobiles and driving. So burglars, suspicious people. That's one group of police. And then another group of police who are not armed, who give you traffic tickets. And AI generated affordable traffic tickets all around the highways. So every time you're speeding or you don't have your blinker on, you'll get another, like instead of it being a $300 blinker ticket, it'll be like, your blinker's not on, Wayne, $10. We could put cameras everywhere, micromanaging how people drive. It would make driving, well, it would make drivers safe. And it would push people towards autonomous vehicles, you know, the self-driving Tesla cars. I'm kind of for the police. I know a lot of people in law enforcement are like, oh, hell no, it makes our job too dangerous, Wayne. Well, don't do the job if it's too dangerous. We'll get people who aren't worried. Yeah, less cameras is good. I agree. But like maybe we need to have cameras. What about that guy doing 120 on the freeway? Well, maybe we have, maybe I create a California Autobahn from top to bottom, a corridor for unlimited high speed. Brand new road, never existed. It's like, this is Northern California and this is San Diego. Come down here and then there's another high-speed artery to the Bay Area. Come down further, like it's just a tree trunk. I have plus licenses that allow drivers to take advanced driving classes and give them more licenses that allow drivers to take advanced driving classes and give them more leeway on the road. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds fair. So an Autobahn license. And you're not allowed, if you don't have this, you are not allowed to be in the fast lane under any circumstances. Zero. And if you ever went in the fast lane, You lose your license for a month. Well, there was a tire on the road and I almost hit it, so I had to come over. Well, you should have gone the other way. It would have damaged my car. Tough shit. We got insurance for that. You can't be going into the Autobahn lane. Somebody could be going 200 miles an hour and you're going to kill them. I think we just make an Autobahn. By the way, Drift Speed, I'm loving this discussion. My favorite one is still the Salton Sea Death Valley terraforming. I really want to flood these places that are below sea level. Have them ebbing and flowing with the ocean. Even sea life would go in there. I was going to say, for the people who don't want to build high rises, maybe it's time to start digging and build underground cities. Think about what a tidal is, definitely huge. How big would it be? It would be a very large inland sea. It would probably drop the local temperature maybe by 5 or 10 degrees. I've been to Lake Powell in the summer, which is Utah, on the border of Arizona and Utah. It would be 110, but the water's like 85. We could even use the water from the Death Valley Lake to cool your home. Just do, normal heat exchange. We got, like, this is the top of the lake. There's going to be icy cold water down here. We could pump that to homes to cool the homes. Lake Tahoe holds many mysteries. It's very deep at Lake Tahoe, right? You think there's some prehistoric animals in that lake? The mountains by Lake Tahoe, where all the gold is, we're just going to rape the earth with heavy equipment. Just rape it. Why don't we have electric heavy equipment? Like with massive Tesla battery packs. We don't need diesel to run them. We could just have huge replaceable battery packs that they run on for a few hours, then pop it out, run in another one, and we could be running excavators and dump trucks 24 hours a day. Hey, good morning, Crimby. So let me take some notes. Drift speed here. Police reduction. I think with the police, we'll get rid of the $200 a year salary and we'll bring it down to like, all right, so right now in California, you got to make probably 100 grand just to own a home and a car. And those high costs of labor get passed on to the working class. And it makes everything more expensive because of the greed. So what if we can get rid of the high cost of housing and people only need to earn about $40,000 a year? Because we're growing our own food, outdoor and indoor. The indoor, we're using electricity from the geothermal. So we bring down the cost of food. We bring down the cost of housing. Then you don't have to work as much, live your life. Karl Marx, when he was making the communist, or making his Das Kapital, he wanted the working class people to have his life as an intellectual, which was reading poetry, a little painting, hanging out with his friends, having intellectual discussions, and a little bit of work. And that's what he was trying to bring to the people. So I think that's possible. In medieval Europe, the peasants who worked in the field, the strawberry pickers, had 180 days off a year to spend with their family and very big homes. They had homes. They weren't homeless. They had homes and families. And here we are 500 years later, and we're working 365 days a year nearly. And so I really think by divorcing America, California becoming its own sovereign territory, we can empower ourselves for the bright future in the Sunshine State. My campaign promises are going to blow away the other governors. The other governors are going to be like, affordable health care, plastic straws, transgender reservations, gay-only prisons. An oxymoron. They're just going to have they're going to have nothing to offer. They're basically going to offer things to protect you from the federal government. Yesterday was pretty hard with no 4chan. I realized how much I really love it. I started reading the archive just to get my fix for new information. Wow, Cory Booker breaks 68-year-old Senate record with 25-hour speech. Can we do some drug testing on that guy? He's probably doing some illegal drugs. This kind of pushes my buttons. This is a story about anti-Semitism. And we've got this potato in Florida. AIPAC's Randy Fine calls for 5-year prison sentence for disturbing anti-Israel flyers, calling it a hate crime. Oh, really? Well, can I make an anti-Russia flyer? Just take that same flyer. Dear Americans, we need to be worried about Israel. I hate Israel. And then change it. Dear Americans, I hate Russia. Same words, just Russia instead of Israel. Would that be legal? I would propose, if I was in Congress, we Americans are allowed to hate anybody we want. Anybody. That's free speech. Oh, Evan said, I saw an article online about land values near Eagle Mountain soaring due to some new production at the mine. No, I haven't heard. I haven't seen that reflected in Zillow. They have a gold mining claim. Well, a trommel. A trommel is used for getting gold, or washing rocks to make the gold come off them. And there is a trommel went up there almost 3 years ago. Huge. The biggest semi truck, to transport the biggest, heaviest things allowed on the road, with a police escort and a police tail. And a company like Red Truck Company bought the mine, and the old aggregate is being used for road work. Like, I think they're building a rock bridge across the Salton Sea. So they're just dumping rocks to make a highway across the Salton Sea. And every day about 200 trucks go by. Yeah. I don't want this place to grow. Like people were like, you should do Airbnb. I don't want to share my place with people. It's too magical here. I don't want people to know about it. I don't want people out here. You know, what am I hiding? I'm hiding Joshua Tree National Park. This is what the park looks like. I live over here. This is where the public goes because there's gas stations over here. There's nothing over by me. They're building a big gas station at the freeway. Yeah, in 10 years, there'll be hundreds of homes out here. That's just the progress. That's the natural progress of things. Or not, you know, like the people who got that medical thing 4 years ago that they felt forced to it. John Carwell, he's the COVID doctor. He's asking for blood donations apparently, and he had 3 of those things in the arm. Wayne, will you have AC this summer? This is the 3rd summer I'll have AC, Evans Creek. And I just invested a 1,400 bucks. So there's a good chance I have enough electricity for 12 hours after dark of air conditioning. And yeah, this is actually for anti-gravity, so I can get more done. The summer life is different. So what happens is I get up earlier. Well, I go to bed early because it's hot and my computers aren't working. So at 5:30, I have to turn off the air conditioning and open the door to 105-degree heat. Then what I would do is I would go out and I go to bed. I lay it on my bed under the stars. And, oh, did you see those drift speed? Yeah, I got a total of 5 batteries now. Yeah, that might be good. No drinking. So I fall asleep by 9 o'clock, and that's an early rise at 6 at least. 8 hours is 5. And I do a few things in the cooler temperatures, usually just drinking coffee, surfing the internet. And then by 9 or 10 in the morning, it's already 100, and I turn on the air conditioning. So between 6 and 9, the solar panels would get some more charging done before I hit it with all the necessary needs of the air conditioner. And I hooked up one of the batteries, and I got to buy some more cables. Well, I'm going to make cables. I'm just going to make some bus bars out of copper pipe. Just to flatten the ends, drill a hole, and just bend a 90-degree angle and just put it on the batteries. That's the plan. Mm-hmm. You know, Drift Speed, no drinking. That sounds pretty good. I just bought a 36 pack of Budweiser, thinking if I buy some lower alcohol beer, I won't get as fucked up. And I didn't get as fucked up. My hangover was much less than it was on Voodoo Ranger. But it still cost me like 24 hours of being drunk cost me four full days. 1 day drunk, 3 days recovering. And that's just too much. That's 8 days a month that I'm offline. That's nearly 30% of my month. Evans Creek. Yeah, I use Grok daily. Grok is my personal assistant who happens to be a genius. That's how I'm framing Grok. Grok is amazing. I haven't been over at ChatGPT for 6 months. I guess I should try it again. Yeah. I'm really excited about my broadcast tonight with Lily. I think Lily doesn't like the Jewish people much, which is fine. I think it's fair to dislike people. I'm not against Jews. There's all kinds of good Jews. There's good Christians, there's bad Christians. There's good people, there's bad people. You can't lump people into a... I mean, why not? Let people lump groups of people into bad categories. If that makes your life better and you leave them alone, no big deal. It's on her website. Let me get you an answer there. Her Twitter handle is the Lily Gaddis, and I'll spell it for you. The THE, her name Lily, LILLY, and then GADDIS, GADDIS. I'll go a step further. I'm gonna go to her Twitter. She's got, it looks like the lilygaddis.com, but if you can't catch it live, it'll be on a rerun kind of thing. The Lily, I can show you. There we are. Monday and Friday. Huh. I want to maybe... Let me just check something from her. Yeah, it's, yep, today. All right. I don't know, Drift Speed. I think she, yes. Let me look. It's just live on X and Rumble. Yeah, she might not be doing YouTube because of their restrictions. She does have a YouTube channel. But since I've never been on her show, I don't know what it's pulling up. She said she got canceled after going viral. TikTok video, I was fired from my manager. So I'm pretty. I would guess. I'm not gonna make a guess. Oh, she's got stuff from a day ago. Videos, yeah. But I just don't know the answer. So, um, mm-hmm. I made a new meme. I think it's pretty good. Oh. I want to talk about Tesla stock right now. So there's definitely been a lot of anti-Elon and anti-Tesla. And I think that this is all to drive down the stock price because they know he's coming out with revolutionary products and there's going to be a huge, it's just a pump and dump. So it's an artificial dump because a huge pump is coming. And we could see something as Elon Musk stepping down from Tesla. Like, so they're going to just lower and lower and lower the price. This is all engineered. The price was up here and now it's coming down here. And Elon will be like, yeah, I realize I should step down from Tesla and just be on the board because I really love Doge and my rockets. And it's time to let some tree hugger run Tesla. And then people will be like, yay! We got Elon out. It's time to buy the stock again. And then it's going to go, whew. He's got the robo-taxi coming out. He's got the bus coming out. He's got the humanoid figures coming out. So I think this is just part of an elaborate, orchestrated grift. Oh, it says here, oh no, Trump and Elon fall out. Who could have seen this coming? If California was a shithole being destroyed by liberal policies, there wouldn't be such a large, huge demand to live there. Well, people live here because they hate the goddamn snow. They just hate those winters. And has a new product coming out called Switch number 2. Trump tells Inner Circle that Musk will leave soon. Political. Trump said Musk will step back from current role in coming weeks. Yeah, Musk is hurting Trump's numbers probably. Yeah, where's the $5,000 Doge checks? What are the odds of America going to war with Iran? One in 10. I think Trump realizes it would be bad for the economy. Russia would back up Iran. Wozniak, Apple co-founder, calls Trump a bully, says he's part Ukrainian and that he will always stand for the little guy. Oh, I didn't know he's part Ukrainian. Well, it looks like we're nearly at his. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Let me see what SF Gate's saying. I think we're at the end here. Disgraced California attorney sentenced to 25 years after CBD tequila scam. What? All right, there's nothing there. Well, I'm out of things to talk about. It was a fun morning and coffee with you all. Drift Speed, thanks for being here. Evans Creek Braun, thank you for being here. Crimby, thank you for being here. And DeHolland. Dan Halen, thanks for being here. Ooh, 6.2 earthquake strikes Japan's coast. That's pretty big. All right. See you maybe later tonight.